Hey guys, welcome back to the preparation for the Arcane River, and today we're going to be working on the Maplestory Trinity. A big component of Maplestory and a core part of progression is to level up. Leveling up allows us to unlock more of the content that will allow us to get stronger, including things such as new bosses for new gear and newer areas for stronger equipment. Most players will spend a good amount of time in the game just leveling, and there are link skills that make the leveling process much easier. There are in total 3 EXP link skills. Aran's link skill, which allows you to get more EXP from each combo orb that spawns. Mercedes' link skill, which allows you to gain additional passive EXP for everything that you kill. And Evan's link skill, which increases the duration of any runes that you unlock. These 3 EXP link skills make up the Maplestory Holy Trinity, and they are one of the most important parts of pushing levels in the game. Today, I'll be starting on making the characters to get them to level 70, and then pushing them to level 120 afterwards. When it comes to Link and Legion training, it can be quite repetitive, and I find it kinda hard sometimes to stay motivated. So when I have to make multiple characters like this, I try my best to make it more interesting for myself by working on them each a little at a time. For these EXP links, I decided to start off with Aran because I think Aran is the easiest one out of the 3, and I felt like it'll be the fastest one to get to 70. Given the fact that all characters start off with their level 1 link skill, even when they are below level 70, it felt like Aran would make the most out of its link skill compared to the other 3 early on. This is because in the early stages of a new account, you usually don't have an easy time killing many mobs. I felt like the combo orb link skill would be a little bit more effective than Mercedes' passive EXP. With that logic in mind, I went through my usual training to get Aran to 70. I chose to go to level 75 actually afterwards because I wanted to stop when it hit the Afterlands, and then the next time I come back to the character I can just run it through the dungeon. I did change it up for my Aran compared to my usual leveling up process by trying to do Mushroom Kingdom at level 60. I found that the dungeon gave decent EXP, it just had a lot of dialogue and a lot of cutscenes. If you don't mind going through a lot of cutscenes and such, or you're just looking for a change of pace or change of scenery, Mushroom Kingdom questline is pretty decent, and gives okay rates compared to training. Realistically though, I don't think I'll be doing this theme dungeon again just because I don't really like going through so much dialogue, and I felt like training in Pirion or Sleepywood would give at least as good rates, if not better. Once I finished up with the Aran, I moved on to Mercedes. I had to think a little bit about which one I wanted to do first between Mercedes and Aran, but I knew for a fact that I wanted to leave Evan for last out of the 3. This is mainly because in the early training, you tend not to use a lot of runes. You barely even use runes until you hit level 60 because you are usually in the theme dungeons, so I figured that Evan Link would be the least effective to train until I finished the other 2. As for training the Mercedes, overall I think the class is pretty fine to train even up to level 120, as long as you make use of the 3rd job skill called Ignis Roar. The way that this skill works is that whenever you link your skills together or do the combos, you actually stack up this passive and it gives you extra damage. And it definitely is worth keeping up the stacks so then it lets you train faster and it makes the class overall a little bit more enjoyable. Do keep in mind though that Mercedes does have lower defense than a lot of the classes, so if you're not careful you can die while training. Just keep that in mind, the class is very squishy. Once I started training the Evan, I thought that this one was the easiest out of the 3 to get to level 70. The class is pretty good AoE for the theme dungeons, and when I got to Sleepywood to grind to level 70, I think that the 3rd job skills are pretty fantastic. So regarding Evan, not many complaints here at all. So now that I finished my Evan, that's all 3 of the XP links done, at least to level 70. I'm not going to push them to 120 in this part, so maybe in the next one, hopefully I'll have them done to the level 2 link skill. For now though, let's have a quick review on my account and see what I've done so far. In terms of character creation, I've finished 2 link skills, my Kana and my Demon Avenger. Both of them are sitting above level 120 right now. They're just sitting in Zakum, just slowly getting EXP and getting me money. And I have my 3 link skills done for EXP, at least to level 70. 2 of them are actually 75, so I can go straight into the Afterlands. But my Evan is currently level 70, so I need to work a little bit more before I can get it into the Afterlands as well. So ever since level 120, I've left my Kana in Zakum to do every day for a little bit of money. And so far, I've collected 54 mil, which is pretty good. It's not a lot of money, but everything will add up, and at least this amount will help me do early star forcing once I get my main. Getting money at the beginning is a little bit difficult, so pretty much anything that I have prepared is going to help me do at least a little bit of upgrades on my gear before I have to actually start farming Meso in some forms. So one thing I accidentally took advantage of on this account was the fact that every once in a while, if I was busy or something, I wouldn't be able to get on the game. And what happens is, if you don't go on the character for a long enough time, they give you something called rest EXP coupons. So in my storage here, I've got actually 7 2x coupons just from not being on the game every day. So if you are taking a break from the game, you do come back with a little bit of compensation, so it is nice. And I'll probably use these to train my EXP links up to level 120. My Demon Avenger is pretty much doing the same thing as my Kana. Ever since level 120, I've left it at Zakum, and currently it's got 30 mil. So all up, I have just under 100 mil, so hopefully by the time the Destiny comes, I'll have closer to 100. And that is usually enough to push the equipment to a point where I can do some decent damage and training won't be too difficult. Another thing that I've been trying to collect are these occult cubes, so I believe my Kana has another 18 on them. So 30 occult cubes, it's not a lot, but these will build up and all these little extra benefits are going to help me when I start working on the new character. Another thing to mention is I have actually tried to do Monster Park every once in a while, so I do have about 100 Monster Park coins. So eventually I will buy the gold pots, so then training will be a lot easier. To finish off the video, I wanted to talk a little bit about this pre-registration for Destiny. So this is something that Nexon has done for Maplestory, so when we go into the Destiny update, we'll get a bunch of extra stuff. And some of these things are actually really good, especially for new characters. So if you are thinking of starting a new character like I am, or you're working towards a new main or a bossing mule, these extra benefits are going to be pretty good, and they're free, so I highly recommend you guys check this out. So I'm just going to quickly go through some of the things that I'm looking forward to personally. Regarding the pre-registration, as long as you have a level 60 or higher character, you'll be able to pre-register, as long as you do it between these dates on screen, which is the 1st of June to the 13th of June. The Destiny update gives you a lot of extra benefits already, but this pre-registration gives you some things that are really great for new players, especially if you are free to play. The first one is that they give you 3 pets, and these pets are proper 90-day pets that you can actually buy Water of Lives for, so they are more or less permanent if you're willing to pay a small bit of money to respawn them after 90 days. So you get 3 of them, and you have a chance of getting these extra ones on the side, and actually a chance of a vac pet as well. I wouldn't really bet my money to get any of these extra stuff, but the fact that you even get 3 pets for free is pretty fantastic. You also get a pretty nice NX set. You can see on the screen here, this is what it looks like. This is probably one of the better NX sets they've given out for free, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people or their androids are going to be walking around with this set. And yeah, again, it's just another free thing that they'll give, and this is probably what my character's going to look like until I finish the series. And last off, you also get a nice damage skin with the chance of getting some pretty insane stuff, but again, I wouldn't expect anybody getting any of these sorts of things. They've done these boxes a few times in the past, and I haven't heard of anyone getting any of this stuff, but who knows, maybe you can get one of these, but again, I wouldn't put my money on it. So that's all I have for you guys this week. Most of it was just working on my EXP link skills, and just trying to get all these EXP link skills to level 120 slowly but surely. I only managed to get them all to 75 at this moment, but hopefully by the next part I'll have them at 120. Thankfully, like I said, I have the rest EXP coupons, so hopefully these will help me get to 120 a little bit easier. I'm not really sure when is the best time to use these EXP coupons, but it'll definitely speed things up along the way. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys this week. Thank you all for watching and supporting me. Wherever you guys are in the world, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys in the next part. Take care.